Good day, everybody. This is standing, balance, and strength. It's a gentle approach. So we never get down on the floor. Everything we do is standing up. Today, we might use a small Pilates ball. Or if you don't have one, it's okay. You can just press your hands together or just pretend that you have something. Um, just pretend you've got a ball. Also some weights, light weights, medium weights, heavy weights, whatever you have at home. Today, I'm only using 2-pound weights. But you are more than welcome to amp it up. And then also a resistance band, kind of a long, stretchy one would be great. Without further ado, we're going to start standing. All right, let's do some gentle twists. So with your feet about shoulder width apart, we're just going to gently twist from side to side. And we're getting a little stretch here through the body. You can lift one heel at a time as you go and go at your pace. So if I'm moving faster than you, that's okay. Don't feel like you have to keep up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake out the arms, shake a leg, and switch. Quick shake and shake. And if at any time you feel like you need to hold on to something for balance, please do. But I know the 2 people that are joining live stream are really strong and may do the whole thing with no assist of a wall or a countertop. And let's go into some mini squats. Let's start with the second position. So you're going to go wider with your feet, turn your toes out. We're going to go ahead and do the arms like a ballerina as well. So as you bend the knees, bring the arms down. As you straighten the legs, bring the arms out. Begin moving at your pace, going as low as comfortable for you. 4, 3, 2, and last one, we're going to stay with the legs straight and apart, arms down, and just squeeze your tush. You can even put your hands right back there, feel your bum. And release. Back to shaking out the leg. Moving into high knees, picking up the right knee, then the left knee. Marching in place. If you're at home and feel inclined to move around the space, you can march around in a circle or move forward and backwards. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shoulder rolls or shrugs, whichever feels best to you, whether you bring your shoulders just up and down or create a circle. Really feeling the upper neck muscles right in the trap area where we hold a lot of tension, squeeze and tighten and then relax a little. Emphasis is on the lifting and the squeezing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. We're going to go into good morning. So feet are going to be about shoulder width apart, toes straight forward. Legs are going to be straight and your spine is as well. Hinging at the hip, feel the beginning of a stretch in the hamstrings and then come back up. So you don't have to go very far at all. Just looking to lengthen out and start the stretch process. 4, 3, 2, and let's do one more and finish it out. Shake it out. All right, next up, we're going to extend the leg back behind. So you're going to change feet. You're going to extend the leg behind, squeeze the bum, and then bring the foot down and squeeze the leg behind. It's a little bit like a standing march, but instead you're just lifting the leg straight behind you. Keeping the feet going, we're going to add the arms. The arms are going to lift forward as you lift the leg. So they're going up and down as well. Start to slow it up. Starting to focus on the balance. Feel your glutes work, even your lower back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take a side stretch. So bring your feet closer together. They don't have to be touching, but close together. You're going to reach your right arm up, left hand to the hip, and stretch over. And switch. And switch. And switch. And go ahead and release. Shake out those arms. Any last little bit of stretchy, shaky you need to do. Because next up, we're going to do squat to standing up on the toes. So feet are going to go close together. You're going to bend the knees like you're going to come down to touch the ground, or maybe not, just the knees for your first round. Then you're going to reach the arms up and come up onto the balls of the toes, balls of the feet. Now watch that you don't roll out to the pinky edge, okay? So really try to focus on keeping it straight forward or more towards the big toe than out to the sides. Here we go. Down and then up, touching the ceiling. Moving at your pace. Just going to kind of time everything out today. Instead of going with number of reps, just because I might move faster than you. And if I say we're going to do 10, you might still be on 3, or maybe you're already on 20. Because as soon as I said squat releve, you said, oh, I know what I'm doing, and already started. Once again, going to your level. Go as low as comfortable. So the lower you go, the slower you're going to go. Really try to control that lowering down in the heels instead of flopping down. Controlling up, controlling down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, next up, we're going to just stand on one foot. So pick whichever foot you feel more steady on today, and just bend the other knee and see if you can hold that balance. Arms where you need them for balance. You can hold on to something, have them by your hands, or hands by your legs or out to the side. It's okay if you move around a little bit. That's part of the normal process. So don't feel like you have to be so super steady. Breathe. And change. Let's try the other foot. Find a nice steady spot. And then just lift up the toe in the back. See if you can relax your jaw and your shoulders. And just notice the subtle movements. And change. All right, next we're going to go on to the starting foot, and we're going to lift the hip. It's called a hip lift. So I'm going to lift up the hip, trying to push this hip inward, and then lower it back down. So I'm trying to go up and down like a little sassy hip, like if I was going to stand and go like this, right? Like a little dance move. But instead, I'm going to lift up a foot and try to do it slow, little sassy hip bump. Now my leg isn't doing this, all right? I'm not just doing a fire hydrant standing, that's coming, but we're gonna go up and down with the standing hip. This is the hip I'm working, is the one I'm on. And then change. Let's try it again, change. Change. Find the balance first, and then move the hip up and down. Really strengthening here. And release, shake it out. All right, let's grab some light weights. Gonna start with front arm raise. So we're going to bring the arms straight forward. Now, special note, even though the weights are light and you can go really high, you want to try to keep them not any higher than your shoulders. Actually, if anything, I try to only go about chest height versus trying to go up here like that, even though I could, right? So strong core, soft knees, and we go. You can have the palms down, palms in, palms up, whatever feels best in your shoulder. It does change depending on what you might have going on in your shoulder, if you have a shoulder injury or impingement. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Now we're going to bicep curl overhead press. Yes, they're going to be light, and that's okay. So still warm up for the shoulders. You're going to bend the elbows, press up overhead. Bring them back to the shoulders and lower back down. Once again, moving at your pace. And since they're lighter, you can always go faster. Let's do one more. Nice. Now we're going to do bent over flies. So knees are going to be soft and your spine flat. And you're going to hinge over about 45 degrees and pull your belly in. Your arms are going to sweep out to the side like an airplane wing and then lower back down. When you're doing this, you do want to feel like your shoulders are away from your ears and not shrugging up. Breathe out when you lift. Do 2 more. Last one. And rise on up. Nice job. We're going to take these arms into serving trays. So you're going to bend the elbows halfway and the palms are going to go up. You're going to open up the arms about 45 degrees. From here, we're going to step forward into a lunge and then step back to our starting position. So stepping forward with whichever foot feels best to you. You can bend both knees, then step back and switch feet. And then just take notice of yourself. Are you stepping forward and crossing over the plane and stepping in front of the other foot? If you are, you're going to probably have a hard time with balance. So when I step forward, I'm almost stepping forward and slightly out. That's going to give you a little better stability. Let's do one more to each side. And then standing still, your arms are going to stay in your serving tray. And we're going to do little pulses, arms out and in. And last one, and rest. Shake out the arms. Now we're going to twist and punch. So make sure your weights are light enough that you can turn and reach, turn and reach. And go ahead and lift up your back heel as well. That way you can get a little bit more rotation through the hips. The arms don't have to extend all the way. They can stay slightly bent. And then if you decide you want to pick up the pace, you can keep the knees more bent and keep both heels down and twist a little bit more with a little more vigor. But if that bothers your back in any way, just go back to the more standing up, more gentle approach with the heel coming up. Four, three, two, and one. Nice job. Rest. Shake it out. Shake out the arms. Shake out the legs. We're going to do an overhead tricep extension. Now, if you know that that doesn't work for you, you can always do the bent over one. We're going to stay with the light weights still. We're going to take them up over the head. We're going to bend the elbows. They can come out just a little bit, just to watch they don't come out too far. And then straighten the arms. Your belly button is pulling in. We're going to stay on 2 feet for the first set. Four more. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Excellent. All righty. Next up, we're going to put these down. We're going to go into some more leg work. So we're going to step to the side and we're going to do a skater. So you're going to bring your one foot behind, almost like a curtsy, and you're going to bend down like you're going to reach, pick something up off the floor right near your toe. Then you're going to stand up, step to the other side, bring the foot behind, curtsy almost, but it's more of a forward hinge. You can bend the knees. You're reaching down to pick your ball up out of the hole in golf and come back up. Now, as you get more comfortable with this, you can try to then keep the back foot lifted, okay? But do it a few times with that back toe down, all the weight in your front foot. Control this going down, control it coming up, and then get into position. See if you can lift up that back toe, and see if you can still hinge down and come up without putting that foot down, but keeping it in that same crisscross pattern. Lifting the toe, slow control, reaching down, and coming up. And if you have a pool at home like I do, you do it near the edge, my gosh, you're going to really make sure your balance is good because you don't want to go into the pool. Oh my gosh. That would make I think the ratings would go up. YouTube, this would be on the funniest videos, right? Teacher teaches falls into pool, trying to show how to balance. Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be funny? Let's do one more to each side. All right, nice job. We're gonna squat and then bicep curl. So go ahead and pick up the weights that you think that this would work for you. I'm gonna stick with my light ones. So your feet are gonna go a little bit wider because we're gonna do a narrow curl. You're gonna bend the knees, keep the shoulders up, come down as low as you can go into a squat, and then come back up and curl with the weights in tight, okay? Moving again at your pace. It can be a little squat, curl, quick paces, or you can go down slow and come up and curl. And then if you got heavy weights, it's going to be a lot fewer reps. Let's finish out one more good one. Nice job. Take a break. We're going to go one arm overhead tricep extension. So keep your heavy weight or change to a medium weight. And take your weight up over the head. You can use your other arm as a support. You're going to bend and straighten. Now, you know, this is balance class. So we're going to try to do 4 on each leg. Okay, so you're going to pick up whichever leg you think you can pick up. I'm going to try to do 4 reps. You're going to change your leg and 4 more reps, same arm. Nice. Take a breather, and then we're going to switch arms. Embrace the arm, however feels best to you. Pick up the starting leg, 4 reps. Change the leg, 4 reps. Nice. Go ahead and put your weights down. All right, now we're just going to transfer weight, taking a little bit of a breather. This is an easy balance test. So you just transfer the weight, lift up the toe, lift up the foot, and try to move slow and control. Then we're going to start to lift the leg more out to the side, getting into the side, your glute medius minimus, getting a little bit into the side of the leg, your abduction. At the same time working balance. We're going to try to keep the shoulders steady and level, not tipping over yet. We'll get there to the tip over, like a little teapot. Let's finish this out for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's shake out those legs. Hip circles. All right, whichever way works best for you. I like the in to out, but if you like to go out to in, four, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Now we are going to do the tip over. So you're going to lift your leg out to the side, and you're going to lift it up, and then you're going to try to make yourself into a diagonal line. So your head into your toe, draw a straight line. You're there. If my arms were straight out to the side, it'd be an angle. And then come back up. Change legs. First lift it. Balance first. Keep lifting it. And then try to line yourself up into a diagonal line. Feel those glutes working. Side obliques, lower back, belly in, and rest. Nice job. Shake out the legs. Let's try again. All right. Your starting leg, lift out to the side, lift it a little higher, and then tip over till you make yourself into a straight line. You should really feel the standing leg work. You might feel it then on this outer side body. And rest. And switch. Lift it up. Lift it a little higher. Tip till you're in line. And then find steadiness. Woo! Nice job. Let's take a stretch. So wide legs. Hands come down to the floor if you can, or onto something in your house. You can bend right knee, left knee, do a little switchy, side to side. All righty. Yeah, come on up. You're going to get your resistance band. So hopefully you've got something that looks a little bit like this. And go with a lighter one here. These are a little heavy, so I'm going to go with this band. So I've got something that looks like a long band like so. We're going to hold it. We're going to pull it open. Now, I want you to be able to pull it open till it touches you in the chest. Okay. And then release back with the arms straight. Now, at the same time we do that, we are going to do standing leg raise. You're going to try to keep the leg straight though. So we're going to lift up a leg like a high kick, opening up the band, and then releasing the leg, releasing the hands back. You push open, kick it up, and release back. Shoulders are down, belly is in, lifting leg, holding that balance, and return back. So sometimes when we use our upper body, when we're trying to balance, it kind of kicks on the core muscles. It makes balance easier. Whether you're pulling on a band or holding light weights out to the side. Some people are like, well, I don't understand. Well, it's because it's kind of forcing your core to work a little bit more than when you maybe don't have something in your arms. Go ahead and finish the set you're on. And take a breather, relax. Let's do a little twist. You can just hang on to your band, stretch it out. All right, we're going to take the band up over the head and pull open to a V. Okay, so if it can, like I can pull mine all the way up and hit my head. So I would bring my hands just a little closer together so that I can just get into a V that's not too strenuous. We're going to straight leg lift again. We're going to bring the band towards the shin. So straight leg lift, hands come down, staying in that V, and then they come back up as you lower the leg. So it's almost like I'm going to try to kick the band. Once again, nice and slow. Try to make sure your feet are straight forward. Knees are up to the ceiling, toes are up to the ceiling. You can point the toe if you'd rather instead of flex the foot. Let's do one more to each side. Excellent. All right. We're going to go bicep curls. So get your heavy weights for bicep curls. We're going to stay on 2 feet for this set of bicep curls. That way you can go as heavy as you'd like to go. I want to invite you to try the hammer style though for this. That way it makes it a little bit more challenging. So the palms are going to be inward as you curl. All right, moving at your pace, guys. When you need to take a break, you take a break. About halfway there. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right. With your heavy weight, you're going to put one down. The other weight we're going to put up over the head, unless you've got bad shoulder. If you got bad shoulder, you're just going to let it hang by your side. You're going to bring it up. And we're going to do kicking back. So you can put the other hand on the hip or out to the side. You're going to extend back and lower and kick back and lower. We're going to try to keep the shoulders up, head up, and the weight steady. So as you kick back, don't let it tip forward. Don't bring the weight forward. You got to keep it up. Once again, going into slow, controlled balance movements. Feel the butt work. The shoulder gets tired or fatigued, you can always bring it to your shoulder instead of up over the head. Three, 2, and 1. Good. Take a rest. Check out the legs. We're going to switch arms. Bring it up. Nice strong arm. Belly. Lengthen through the spine. Arm where you need for balance. And start kicking back. Slow control. Feel your glute squeeze. See about holding for a second on each foot. Three, 2, and 1. Nice job. Take a rest. Go ahead and put your heavy weights down. Come back to any kind of release you need. I usually like a twisting action. I think it feels really nice on the back, kind of loosens up the shoulders, gets a little stretch here. All right, we're going to do second position, squat, horse stance, goddess, however you know that to be. And then we're going to side bend with this. So open the legs, turn the toes out, and bend your knees. You're going to bring the hands up. I like a Mickey Mouse ear myself. Feel like it just gives you a little bit more leverage as you try to bring an elbow towards the knee and come back up, an elbow towards the knee and come back up. Maybe that's as far as you go. But if you want to try to get further down, maybe a little wider stance, more bent knees will make it a little more accessible. It'll actually appear that you're getting closer. Just want to watch that when you're doing this, that you're not trying to get the elbow to touch the knee by turning the upper body. Okay, we got to keep that chest open. Imagine that you're right in front of a wall, and that wall is not going to let you turn into it. So it doesn't matter if your elbow touches. What we're really working on is that spine, side bend, strengthening and lengthening. No compromise. Finish out each side. And then straighten the legs, squeeze your glutes, tighten it up, relax the arms, shake them out. Time we're going to go good morning. We're going to go a little bit deeper than what we did at the beginning of class. So turn those toes forward about shoulder width, and maybe a little wider. Legs are straight and strong. Your belly button sucks in. Hands either to your hips or out to the side. Hinge so you feel like you're parallel to the floor. Belly sucks in. Neck stays nice and long. And then come back up. When you come back up, I want you to feel like you're trying to use your hamstrings to do it. Okay? Hinge, hamstring, and glute, come up. A lot of people that have weak hamstrings or glutes end up feeling this in their lower back. And the lower back ends up doing more work than their hamstring and glutes. On your next one, we're going to go all the way down to the floor. Hands come down for a stretch. So go ahead and soften your knees and bring your hands down, stretching it out. Breathing in, breathing out. And if you've got good knees and can do this, go ahead and widen your feet a little bit more. Turn the toes open and just bend right knee and left knee, looking for a little inner thigh stretch. And once again, if you're at home, you can always have your hands instead of on the floor, you could have them on like the seat of a chair or sofa or ottoman or countertop. The seat or ottoman would be better than a countertop though, because it would get you a little lower. And then turn your toes forward, shorten your stance a little bit, and make your way back up to standing. Take your time, go slow. Shake it out. All right, last but not least, we're going to do mini dancer. So here, if you want to hold on to something, I usually recommend it for this stretch because I really want you to stretch these thighs. So holding onto a wall, grab a hold of your ankle. But if you really want to work that balance, you can always do it without holding onto a wall. Just knee down towards the floor. You can allow your body to twist back a little bit, that's okay. And change legs. And change. Take your time getting in it, no hurries. Do one more round, so even yourself out. And relax, shake it out. All right, last but not least, we're going to do standing high knee twists, but I really want you to focus on the ab work. So when you lift up your knee, I really want you to think that your abs are squeezing, like you're wringing out a sponge, squeezing and twisting towards that high leg, and then change. The belly button pulls in, squeezes, does not have to be a big twist. As long as you're feeling the contraction in the abs, hands can be where you want them. I usually kind of like at the shoulders or the Mickey Mouse ears. Gives me a little target. Again, slow control. And we could do this fast, right? But then we're not working the balance. So the slower, like think we're in slow motion. We're doing our video and we were doing it super fast and now we put in slow motion. That's what we're looking for. Finishing out one more set. Nice. All righty, shake out the legs. We're just going to balance on the heels, so lift your toes up. Just hold that balance. And rest. Now we're going to balance on the balls of the feet. So find a good spot that you can come up. You can put your hands up like a ballerina. I usually call this ballerina. See if you can come up on the balls of the feet and hold. The higher the better. So you're training for heels. Even though I never wear heels, it's not good for you. But this is an excellent exercise for building strength in your foot and your ankle and your calf, plantar fasciitis, knee issues, and then just balance overall. And rest. All right, guys, shake it out. You are done for today's class. Woo. Let me hit pause. All right, good day, everyone. This is Yoga Fit. Yoga Fit is a combination of yoga style moves and fitness style moves. And what we also do is we try to use weights or bands or balls in our yoga poses. And so without further ado, you'll need some light weights. If you have a resistance band, great. And a Pilates ball would be great as well. But if not, you can still join in and enjoy, do what you can. All right, guys, let's start at the back of the mat standing. Standing in Tadasana, your feet are hip width distance apart and your toes are straight forward. You're going to pull your belly button in, sucking in. Breathe, even though you're sucking in the stomach. Feel the contraction through the abs. And then relax. Again, sucking in the stomach. And relax. One more time, pulling in. And relax. Tighten your legs, squeeze your bum, pull the belly in, reach the arms up overhead, inhale, forward fold, exhale. Soften your knees and let your head hang. Walk your hands out to plank pose, top of a push-up. Tighten your legs, tighten your glutes, and a little tilt of the pelvis. As you pull the belly in, strong arms. Come down onto your knees, child's pose, sitting the hips back. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Deep breath in and exhale out. One more time, deep breath in and exhale out. Coming onto hands and knees for cat and cow, take a breath in, look forward, and let your belly relax. Exhale, pull the stomach in, rounding through the spine. Inhale, relax the belly, look forward. And exhale, sucking in, rounding the spine. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. Downward facing dog. Lifting your hips up and pedal out the feet, bending right and left. Finding stillness in your down dog, take a deep breath in. On your exhale, walk your feet forward towards your hands. Flat back inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Rise, inhale, reach the arms up. Forward fold, exhale. Step back to plank and hold your plank. You're going to bring your right knee down underneath your hip. You're going to come down onto your elbows. We're going to lift the left leg into the air. We're going to lift it 12 times straight. So suck in your belly and we lift 1. Feel the glute work. 2. Lift 3. Lift 4. Lift 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. And 12. Press yourself back up to plank all the way on your hands. And then come onto the left knee. Come down onto the elbows. It's a little bit of a challenge. Balance work. Belly in. Right leg will lift 12 times. 1. Exhale, 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Child's pose. And in our child's pose, we're going to take a side stretch. So if you prefer to bring your knees closer together for these side stretches, bring your knees in. And then walk your hands over to the right, reaching your left arm long. We're looking for a stretch on the left side of the body. And change. Coming back to center, hands and knees. We're going to go bear plank. So you're going to curl the toes under. You're going to press into the arms, pull in your stomach, and lift and hover your knees a couple inches off the mat, and then lower down. Again, belly in, strong arms, shoulders. Separate those shoulder blades. Then use the strength of your upper body and your legs to lift your knee and lower back down. Try that 2 more times. Strong arm, belly button sucks in, press the lift, and lower down. And last one, press. Now go all the way down, dog. Lift your hips all the way up. Take a deep breath in, press your hips up and back. On your exhale, walk your feet forward to your hands. Flat back, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Rise, reach the arms up, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Plank pose, inhale. Lower to your belly, you can come down to the knees first to modify. Toes together, heels together, low cobra. We're going to make this into an exercise as we lift the head and shoulders up and lower down, exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. You're going to keep your forehead onto the mat. You're going to relax your legs, shake them, make it every kind of wiggle. And you're going to suck the belly in, try to pull it in off the mat and relax. Now you can rest your forehead on your fists so you can take the tension out of the shoulders and the upper neck area. You're going to pull the belly in and relax, trying to pull it up off the mat, but everything else stays on the floor. And relax. Pull it in and relax. Waking up the abs and relax. Pull it in. Try to keep your glutes relaxed. Just your stomach pulls in and relaxes. Think of it as like a mini sit-up, but we are not rounding through the spine at all. Contracting the abs and release. Contract and release. Pull it and release. See if you can get that belly button off the mat and release. Pull it in and release. And last one. And release. Prop yourself up onto your elbows for Sphinx pose. You're going to bend your right knee, and then lower, then bend the left knee, and lower. So you're doing hamstring curls, stretching out the front thighs, also lengthening out the abs without overstretching. Alternating right and left. All right, we're going to go into half frog. So go ahead and lower back down and lift up one side so you can bring your right leg out to the side, about 90 degrees. You can rest your forehead back down onto your fist or onto your arms And we're going to do an internal rotation. So you're going to lift your foot up off the floor, keep the knee down, and then lower your foot back down. So we lift 1, lower, 2, lower, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. Nice job. You're going to go ahead and switch the other side. So pull that leg in, scooch over if you need, and then bring the left leg out to the side about 90 degrees, and then flatten your chest back out. You can rest your head down. You want to try to have your hips as low and flat as you can, and we're going to do the internal rotation for 1, 2, lifting the foot up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Coming back to center, child's pose with your knees close together so that we can round through the spine. We're going to bring the elbows in close towards the knees. We're going to pull the belly button in, rounding through the spine, bringing your nose close to your knees. And downward facing dog. Let's run through another sun A salutation. Take a deep breath in, press your hips up and back. On your exhale, walk your feet forward towards your hands. Flat back, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Rise to stand, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Plank pose, inhale. Lower down, Chaturanga Tadasana, exhale. Cobra Bhujangasana, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Taking small steps forward again. And rise to chair. Bring your toes together, knees together. Bring your hands into heart center. You're going to transfer the weight into the heels so you can wiggle your toes. And then transfer the weight forward into the balls of the feet where you can almost lift your heels, a little taps there. And then shift your weight back, wiggle your toes. Shift your weight forward. See if you can lift baby barely off the floor. Shift the weight back, tap your toes, and shift the weight forward, almost like you're lifting the heels. One more time, shift the weight back, wiggle, belly in, shift the weight forward. Coming back to center, we're going to stand up, reach the arms up for side bend, belly in, tight thighs, tight glutes. Take a breath in. On the exhale, reach over to your right. Coming to center, retighten, belly in, inhale, exhale to the left. Coming back to center, hands come to your hips for a mini back bend. Pressing the hips forward. You do not have to drop your head backwards. You can just open up through the chest. Just looking up maybe towards the top corner where the ceiling matches the wall. But if you prefer the head drop, that's fine. And then coming back up, we're going to round down, chin to chest. Belly pulls in, round down. Plank pose. We're going to open up the stance so we can go into Vashisthasana side plank. So swivel both heels over to the right. Lift the left arm in the air. And change. Left hand comes down, swivel those heels. So you have both heels down and right arm in the air. Coming back to center. Come down to your knees. Next up, we're going to do modified half moon. So you're going to extend the right leg behind you. You're going to spin open. I can kickstand that left foot out to the side, right arm up, and right leg will lift. This also might be known as maybe a modified side plank, but I see this more as happening modified on the knee. Going to bend that knee, right knee, grab a hold of the foot, Kapasana, kick back, belly in strong. As we're not trying to make too much of a back bend, just lengthening out through that front quad. If we relax our gut, we can get more back bend. And release. We're going to switch to the other side, so foot and hand comes down. Knee comes down, left side. Extend it behind you. I like to kickstand the right foot out a little bit, makes the balance easier. Left hand up, left leg up. Hold the balance here. And then grabbing a hold of the foot, ankle, and then kick back. But try not to let your stomach relax too much on this one. So we're going to try to get more of the front thigh stretch than a back bend. And release. Back to a child's pose. All right, you're going to need your blocks. If you have blocks, if you don't have blocks, no big deal. All right, world's greatest stretch, or maybe you'd also know it as a twisted lunge or twisted dragonfly. So we're going to step the right foot forward near the right block. Your left foot is going to curl under and lift that back knee into a lunge. So you can have the blocks or not. I want you to feel like your back leg is tight, but also in between your legs are kind of zipping in, or a little scissor in the middle of your hips here. Then the right arm's going to come up towards the ceiling. Keep that back leg strong, and then suck in your belly. We practice that on the floor. Suck it in. Hand comes down. We're going to change legs. So best way for you. Stepping your left foot forward near your left block. Nice tight back leg, and then a little scissoring of the inner thighs. And then left hand's going to reach and twist and suck in your belly. And then bring the left hand down. And we're going to step up and stand up. We're going to step back. We're going to move into half moon. So you're going to go ahead and bring your right foot down. You're going to place your block about a foot in front of your right foot. And ideally the foot stays straight forward, but a lot of times people turn it in because it makes the leverage easier. But if you can, try to work on it with the leg straight forward towards your block. You can bring your hands down to both blocks first, and then lift the left leg up and open your hip to the side wall. From there, you can keep both hands down, step one. Step two would be to bring your left hand to your hip. And then try to open your chest towards the side wall. Step three, left hand to the sky. Step four, lighter on your right fingertip. So pop yourself up a little bit. Little cupcake hand. And the last step is bring your right hand into heart space. Like half namaste, namaskar. Then bring the hands down. Slow control. And their foot comes down. Then we're going to try the other side. So starting with the leg up and open the hip, belly in, and then bring your right hand to your hip. And start to open up your chest towards the side wall. Right hand straight up to the sky. Come a little lighter up on your fingertips. Little cupcake hand. And then bringing that left hand into heart space. Hands come down. And ragdoll. Now, once you've mastered that, you can start changing your gaze, turning it out to the side or up towards the ceiling. But note that that's really complicated. It really throws your balance off. So a lot of people will use a wall first before they start changing their gaze to help give them support. All right, let's try one more time. Here we go. Right foot on the ground, right hand to the block, left leg lifts behind, open the hip, and then come open with that left hand. Let's take it all the way up to the ceiling. Come up onto those right fingertips. And then see what you can do. Can you balance? Bring that right hand into heart center. Really open the chest towards the side wall, like you're twisting. And then bring everything down. Ragdoll in between. And let's go other side. Right leg lifts, open it up. Strong legs, strong core. Right hand comes up to the ceiling. When you're ready, come up onto those left fingertips. And then bring that hand into heart center. Really try to open the chest, more to the wall. And then lower down. Take a ragdoll. Yogi squat. So turn your toes open a little bit and bend the knees. Malasana. Hands into heart center. Let's come to seated. So you place your hand behind you or reach the arms forward and sit down. Boat pose, Navasana. Reverse tabletop, hands come behind you, lift your hips up. Knees are bent 90 degrees. And then lower back down. Let's go again, revert Navasana, boat. And lower back down. Lift those hips up, reverse tabletop. And staying in reverse tabletop, lower your hips a little bit so it's more of a crab walk position. And you're going to march the leg. Trying to stay steady. Try not to have too much shift from side to side. Notice your hamstring work, glutes work. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Come down, boat pose. Here you're going to grab your weight. We're going to do some Russian twists. So if you want a 2-pound weight or if you want a 5-pound weight, grab some weight, lift those legs up, and we're going to slowly twist from side to side. I even like doing a little bit of a figure 8 slow with the arms. Feel like I'm actually rowing a boat. Now you can always keep the feet down if you're feeling tired. But the higher the legs are up and the straighter the legs are, the harder it is. So you go to your level. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. You're going to grab your Pilates ball if you have one. If not, you can always use a block or you can just lie on your back We're going to put this underneath the glute, underneath the tailbone. So our legs are going to go up in the air. So you can either lift your hips up into bridge, slide it under, or just kind of roll up, popping up your hips. Once you get it steady, legs go up in the air. So we're going to crisscross the legs and open to a V. Crisscross, open, getting the inner thigh work. So we're strengthening and stretching. And when you crisscross, do opposite leg on, right leg in front first and then left leg. Boy, we don't have to count. We can just focus on the movement, relaxing the arms, relaxing the face, not worrying, just going at your pace. Remember, if you get any pain or clicking or popping, you always want to go short of that position until that pain or pop goes away. Let's work towards finishing out the one you're on. Even yourself out. And bring the legs together and bend the knees into the chest just for a quick release stretch. But if this hurts, you can always put your feet down on the floor or just hover. All right, so this is a relaxed position here. You're going to keep the core strong. You're going to bring your feet to the floor to tap. So you're going to try to stay steady. Don't let your back arch. Tap your toes or your heels and then bring them back in. Try to keep the back from doing a cat and cow. We're trying to keep it steady and just move from the hip flexors. Control and slow. It shouldn't be too hard or strenuous. Except for when your toes are coming towards the mat, you're going to feel those lower abs really try to work. Now we're going to go into tabletop, lying on your back on your ball. So you're stacking your knees over your hips. Knees are bent at 90 degrees. We're going to go into frogs. So the legs are going to open and close. Open and close. And then open and close. Now your arms you're going to use this time. You're going to put them palms down, and you're going to only try to move one leg out to the side, keeping the other leg straight up towards your ceiling. So you're going to try to lower your right leg out. You're going to have to use your arm. You have to use your core. Try not to let that left leg move at all. It's staying in the same position. You're going to feel your arm work, and you're going to feel your core work and the inner thigh work, and then you're going to bring it back in. It's like a knee fallout. And then try the other side. Strong left arm, pushing down into the mat. Slowly lower the left leg out to the side. Try to keep that right leg from moving. And bring it back in. Let's go right side again. Strengthening and stretching and core. Inner thigh, adductors. And one more time. And coming back in. Nice job. Bring the knees into the chest for a rest. And let's try it again. Going back to the tabletop position. Now, if you want to try a little more challenge, you'd straighten your legs. You're going to still do one leg at a time. Bring the leg out to the side. You got to use your right arm as you bring your right leg out to the side. Straight level with your hip, but you're trying to keep that left leg straight up. Sorry. And then bring it back up. And then other side. Slow control. Try to keep your right leg straightened up and steady. And bring it back up. Now, if you don't have a ball, this is going to feel pretty easy. The ball makes it way harder. Go ahead again with your right leg. And then your left leg. Nice. Now we're going to circle the legs. So you're going to go open to a V, then circle them together, low towards the mat, but not too low, about halfway down, and then bring them back up. Open to a V, circle, and lift. Open, circle, and lift. Let's do one more. Open, circle, and lift. Nice job. We're going to go ahead and remove the ball. So you can either pop your hips up or put your feet down, lift up and push the ball towards your heels. It's the easiest way to pop it out. And then lower down. Windshield wipers. So you're going to place your feet wide. Feet stay on the floor for these windshield wipers. We're just doing a stretch. So letting the knees roll from side to side. And then heel toe your feet together for Supta Baddha Konasana. So toes, heels touch, knees open to your degree, and relax if you can. Bring the legs back together, knees into your chest, wrap your arms over your legs, feel the back flat. Roll over onto the one side for a banana. Here's where you're going to use a weight. So you're going to grab one of your weights and align yourself up so that you're on your shoulder and straight. Your feet are going to be together. You're going to lift them off the floor and you're going to lift your head off the floor. You're going to take your weight up into the air. Now from here, you're going to bring it down towards your leg or your hip and then bring it back up. So fairly lightweight would be good here. Bottom arm is there, but I'm not really pushing too terribly hard with my bottom arm because I'm trying to make all the work happen in my side oblique that's up towards the ceiling. You also feel your inner thigh, the lower leg working, especially since we did all that inner thigh work. And one more. Nice. Let's switch to the other side. So all the way down onto the shoulder, straight body, straight legs, lift the legs and lift your head. That way you're getting neck strengthening. Arm comes up and slow lowers towards the hip and back up. Let's do one more. Nice. And take a rest. Come onto your belly. All right. We're going to go from Sphinx to forearm plank. So you're going to be on the elbows, interlace your fingers, and you're going to curl your toes under, and you're going to lift up your hips. You can prop yourself up under your knees first, and then push through, straightening the legs. Then you can lower the knees back down, and then tap the hips into a little mini back bend, then pull back up, press, lift, and lower back down. Now you can do this without coming under the knees. You can go straight from the Sphinx, pull belly in, press, lift all the way, and then lower back down. Thighs touch first. Press, lift. So you're really going to feel some arm shoulder work here. Pressing the arms, strong core. And last one. Waking it back up. Sphinx. Going to bend your right knee, You're going to grab a hold of your foot and change. Child's pose so that we can round through the spine, countering the back bend. Warrior one. So hit down dog. And then right leg's going to come into the air. Inhale. Step forward, warrior one position. So you're stepping near your right hand. You're going to spin your back heel down at 45 degrees and rise up. You want your back leg strong and tight. And you're going to try to keep your tailbone down. You're going to bend your right knee till you feel deep stretch in that inner thigh. So we really worked a lot of inner groin area, adducting muscles today. So now we're stretching them. Pulling in the belly a little bit. We're going to reach the arms up overhead. You're going to interlace the fingers. You're going to bend the elbows behind and bring the hands behind your head, and then take a mini back bend. This is going to get into a little bit of your psoas, also your triceps. Flowing through vinyasa. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come down slow. Plank pose. Inhale. Chaturanga. Exhale. Cobra. Inhale. Down dog. Exhale. Left leg. Inhale, lift. Warrior one. Exhale. Take your time. Getting good placement and alignment. Strong back leg. Hips come down and forward so you feel the stretch. And then staying there, you're going to bend that front knee until you get it enough stretch for you. Then arms come up. Interlace the fingers. And slowly bend. Bring the hands behind your head and then start to take the gaze up to deepen that neck stretch or the chest stretch and the tricep stretch. Keep that back leg strong. Flowing through vinyasa. Inhale, reach up. Hands come down, exhale. Plank. Inhale. Chaturanga. If you need to modify, knees come down. Cobra. Inhale. Down dog. Exhale. Let's do it one more time. Right leg inhale. Step forward, warrior one. Rise. Reaching up. Bend the knee. Keep the back leg straight. Clasp the hands. Hands come behind your head. Inhale. Back bend. Exhale. Come back to center. Inhale. Lengthen the arms. Exhale. Hands come down to the mat. Plank pose. Inhale. You can always do a one-legged chaturanga here if you're feeling extra beastie by lifting that right leg. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Cobra. Inhale. Down dog. Exhale. Inhale, left leg. Step forward, warrior. Rise, inhale. Clasp the hands, exhale. Bring them behind your head. Inhale as you take the back bend. Exhale to center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Hands come down to the mat, exhale. Plank, you can make it that three-legged by keeping that left leg lifted. Exhale, chaturanga. Cobra. Inhale. Down dog. Exhale. Make your way onto your knees. We're going to go 90-90. So it's kind of a combo twist, pigeon move. I'm going to mirror you. So I'm going to do my left leg in front, but if you're facing the camera, you can do your right leg. That way you're mirroring like your mirror. Okay. So your right leg in front, your left leg behind. You want 90-degree angle. So you want the foot straight behind you. versus tucked in, okay? And from here, we're going to come onto the side, onto the elbow, and then reach that left arm over your ear. Then reach the rib cage towards the ceiling. And then come back to center, bring the arm back up, straightening out the spine. From here, you're going to bring your left hand down to meet your right. You're going to try to get the elbow down. Twisting, slow control. Now, the further over your head is and your arms are to your right side, to the right, the more stretch you're going to get in the left side of your body. And then come back to center. Press yourself up. That back leg, your left leg, you're going to swing it around front for either cow face pose or log pose. I like a log pose. It's more in depth, more hard on the, more of a stretch in the hip. That's where your ankle and your knee come together. Okay, but if that's too much, bringing the knees in line instead of the straight line here with the legs, this is a more gentle approach. You can fold down and come up. All right, we're going to switch to the other side, the 90-90 position, left leg in front, right leg behind. And then from here, we're going to come onto the left elbow to the side, right arm up towards the ear, and then rib cage towards the ceiling. Bringing the arm back up, neutralizes the spine, and then bring the hand down next to your left hand, and then see if you can get the elbows down, both of them. Belly buttons in, a pretty deep stretch here. And then if you need more, just walk your hands and your head more to the left. And then coming back to center, press yourself up, swing the back leg around, either trying the fire log or the cow face, either here. And here, shoelace pose is also known as. So many names for the same things. Make sure both hips are down and fold over. And then come back up and extend everything out. This is the end of class. So you're more than welcome to do Shavasana and stay there and then turn off your computer when you're ready. But I'm going to go ahead and hit end recording now. Guys, thanks for joining in.